What's up, fellas? Yesterday I posted the video about the LTD transmission that I showed before I put it in, and one of the guys pointed out that I had oriented this wrong. And at first I was like, "Damn, I didn't know there was a certain way it's supposed to go." But after looking at this and the inside of the transmission and doing some watching some videos online about T5 assembly, talking to Rod, yeah, he was right. I had it backwards. Actually 90 degrees out. I think it showed side to side, but it's got two bumps on the front of it, which are for the channels on the inside, and so the bigger one has to go on the bottom. The top one up here has a little notch cut out, and that correlates to this little notch in the case, and what that's, I think, is supposed to do is allow oil to drain off the sides, so, and then can kind of run in here. So when I was thinking about all this, I was like, I wonder how much fluid is in here when it's full, when it's got 3 quarts. So I plugged the hole back here in the bottom, and I took 3 quarts of old engine oil, that was dirty stuff, and dumped it in here, and it came up like not quite a quarter, about a third, maybe a quarter of the way up on these gears here. So the whole excuse me, the gears on the bottom were submerged, and I imagine this thing's flinging oil all over, so it's getting lube in here, and it does get up. So the bottom of this forward bearing is going to be partially submerged, but not. I think what that's supposed to do up here is to get oil up on the top and let it run down to the bottom. So there's even oil going up to the front of it, even with the race in. So of course then I started thinking, well, I wonder if you could just make that a little bigger on the top, because it didn't make sense to me. Why would you have the bigger one on the bottom? You know, unless that's to let more oil in the bottom. But I would think you'd have the big one on the top to let oil come in, and then you kind of like restricting the oil draining out a little bit. But after seeing how the bottom part of the bearing is like submerged, it's probably, when it's spinning around, it's flinging oil around. So it's getting oil, I think, no matter how you have it, but ideally you'd want to have it the way the factory has it. So I mean, yeah, you could port your bearing retainer. Dude, is your bearing retainer ported? So you could probably get a little more oil in there. I don't think it's going to be that critical or worth doing anything. So, but I guess if you want to make sure you got it right, the way the factory specified, get the bump on the bottom, the big one. That goes on the bottom, this goes on the top, not 90 degrees off like I had it, or like so. I've replaced several of these before, and I never knew there was a certain way it had to go, but now I do. So that's the whole point of having Al Gore's amazing internet, so you can put videos up like this and help other guys, and even guys help me. Lord knows I need it. So what I'm going to do, that transmission in the LTD now is going to come out probably Friday night, and then Saturday I'll take it over to Rod, and we'll check it out. It won't go into 4th gear clean yet. Something's going on with that, and then I'm sure he'll have a video. He'll have a video about that, I'm positive. So what I'm going to do is take the transmission over there and his high ports. I've got them mocked up on the engine right now, doing some stuff with them. That'll come in a separate video. I've bored you long enough with this one. So this mystery, and I got to learn something for future use. So all right, appreciate y'all. Later on.